Today we dive deep into one of the most critical technological forces shaping modern warfare, Starlink satellite internet. Specifically, we will explore how Starlink connects Ukraine's military on the front line, the recent disruption events, and what this means for the future of military communications not only in Ukraine but globally. What is Starlink? Starlink is a satellite internet constellation project developed by SpaceX, Elon Musk's aerospace company. It consists of thousands of small satellites orbiting the Earth at low Earth orbit (LEO), designed to provide high-speed broadband internet access worldwide, especially in remote or underserved areas. Traditional internet infrastructure relies heavily on fiber optic cables and ground stations, which can be damaged or blocked in conflict zones or rural regions. Starlink's space-based system bypasses these vulnerabilities, delivering reliable, low-latency internet directly to user terminals on the ground. Starlink and the Ukraine conflict, a lifeline on the front line. Since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in 2022, Ukraine's military and civilian communication networks have faced constant threats: physical infrastructure destruction, cyber attacks, and electronic warfare aimed at disrupting communication. Starlink has played a game-changing role here. SpaceX rapidly deployed hundreds of Starlink user terminals across Ukraine, donated or sold under special arrangements, enabling soldiers and commanders to maintain internet connectivity where terrestrial networks were destroyed or jammed. Currently, it is estimated that Ukraine operates several thousand Starlink terminals across the country, including mobile units mounted on vehicles, field bases, and even portable kits carried by individual troops. This connectivity empowers real-time video reconnaissance. Drone operators transmit high-resolution live footage for situational awareness. Command and control. Frontline commanders coordinate troop movements and logistics through secure, stable links. Civilian communications. Starlink also supports hospitals, emergency services, journalists, and displaced persons. Cybersecurity. Decentralized satellite internet is less susceptible to hacking or targeted attacks than fixed infrastructure. The scale of Starlink worldwide. As of mid-2025, SpaceX has launched over 4,500 Starlink satellites into orbit, with plans to expand to a constellation of nearly 12,000 or more. The system serves millions of customers worldwide across 60 countries, including remote areas like the Arctic, deserts, and islands with limited internet access. Starlink is increasingly used for maritime communications on ships, aviation internet access, emergency response in disaster zones, military applications beyond Ukraine, including NATO partners, U.S. armed forces, and allied nations. The affordability, speed, and global coverage make Starlink a disruptive force in internet services and national security strategies. How Starlink works on the battlefield. Starlink terminals are designed for ease of deployment. A flat, satellite dish called Dishy automatically aligns with the satellite constellation and establishes a high-bandwidth connection within minutes. In Ukraine's frontline conditions, this means units can quickly set up communication hubs in the field without relying on vulnerable cable lines. Mobility is maintained. Vehicles can carry portable Starlink kits enabling internet on the move. The decentralized network resists electronic jamming better than traditional radio systems. These capabilities have enhanced Ukraine's ability to conduct precision strikes, drone reconnaissance, and secure coordination despite ongoing cyber and kinetic warfare against their communication systems. The disruption. What happened? Despite its strengths, Starlink is not invincible. In July 2025, a massive global outage of Starlink affected millions of users, including critical military nodes in Ukraine. The outage reportedly lasted several hours to a day in some regions, caused by a combination of technical failures in ground stations and network management software glitches. For Ukrainian forces, this blackout temporarily severed vital communication lines, forcing reliance on alternative, less secure methods. The incident exposed vulnerabilities in satellite internet reliance. Ground infrastructure supporting satellite networks is still susceptible to faults. Jamming or cyber attacks targeting satellite communication protocols are emerging threats. Overdependence on any single communication system can be risky in conflict. Lessons learned and the way forward. Ukraine's military has responded by diversifying communication channels, incorporating Starlink alongside radio, cellular, and other satellite systems, developing rapid contingency protocols for outages, collaborating with SpaceX engineers to enhance system resilience and prioritize military terminals. Globally, the Starlink disruption serves as a wake-up call for military planners worldwide. Satellite internet is revolutionary, but requires robust backup and cybersecurity measures. The strategic importance of Starlink for Ukraine's defense. Without Starlink, Ukraine's battlefield communication would be drastically impaired, affecting everything from drone warfare to logistics. The satellite internet's reliability enables quick decision-making based on real-time intelligence, coordinated defensive and offensive operations, greater operational security and flexibility. It is a testament to how civilian space technologies are reshaping modern warfare. To better understand why Starlink has become such a revolutionary force in the field of military communications, it is worth looking at the project's history. The idea of creating a global satellite network providing high-speed internet originated at SpaceX in the early 2010s. Traditional internet in many regions of the world remained expensive, slow, or completely unavailable, and in conditions of conflicts and natural disasters, practically useless. Low Earth orbit Starlink satellites orbit at about 550 kilometers, several times closer to Earth than traditional geostationary satellites, which are located at approximately 36,000 kilometers altitude. This allows for a reduction in signal latency to 20 to 40 milliseconds, which is critical for real-time applications, especially in military use. Why is Starlink a game-changer for the Ukrainian army? Imagine a Ukrainian unit on the front line losing communication due to shelling or sabotage of ground communication lines. Old radio systems have limited range and are susceptible to interception or jamming. As a result, reconnaissance drones, artillery units, snipers, and commanders risk losing critically important information. Starlink has become that connection in the air that allows instant transmission of video from drones, coordination of strikes, real-time intelligence data, and even the launching of encrypted channels for secret communications. How many Starlink terminals operate in Ukraine? According to official data and open sources, as of early 2025, between 5,000 and 7,000 Starlink terminals operate in Ukraine. They are distributed among military units, government agencies, critical infrastructure, and even civilians in areas where regular internet is absent or destroyed. This is one of the largest concentrations of Starlink terminals globally, and all terminals are located in a war zone with constant risks. Advantages of Starlink on the battlefield. Mobility. The terminal is easy to carry and quickly set up. This is critical at the front where positions frequently change. Resistance to attacks. Satellite signals are hard to jam without a global-scale operation. This gives an advantage over traditional radio systems. High bandwidth. Stable, fast internet is necessary for transmitting HD video from drones. Starlink provides this. Command support. Operational headquarters can instantly receive and send information. Improvement of civilian infrastructure. Hospitals, rescue services, and humanitarian organizations can act more effectively thanks to stable internet. Global context. How many Starlink terminals are there worldwide? As of July 2025, SpaceX has launched over 5,000 Starlink satellites. The total planned number is expected to reach 12,000 or even 42,000, depending on permits and technological capabilities. More than 3 million users in over 70 countries worldwide use Starlink for internet. This includes not only civilians but also government agencies, companies, scientific stations, and, of course, military organizations. Military use of Starlink outside Ukraine. The United States actively integrates Starlink into their communication systems for units in remote regions. NATO considers Starlink an important part of hybrid warfare, ensuring uninterrupted communications. Countries with infrastructure challenges. Africa, South America also gain access to quality internet for military and civilian needs. Challenges and issues. Despite all advantages, Starlink faces challenges. Dependence on ground stations. Although satellites are in space, ground control centers are a critical part of the network and can become targets. Possible cyber threats. Russian special services and hackers attempt to attack Starlink via cyberspace. Network overload during peak times. Cost of equipment and logistics, especially for mass deployment. What happened during the global Starlink outage? In July 2025, a large-scale Starlink outage occurred, lasting from several hours up to a day in various regions, including Ukraine. This caused temporary communication disruption for military units that experienced significant coordination difficulties. The causes were technical failures at ground stations and issues with network software. SpaceX quickly restored service, but this incident sparked serious discussions about dependence on a single system. How did the Ukrainian military adapt? Implementation of backup communication channels. Use of alternative satellite networks. Increasing cybersecurity and cooperating with foreign partners. Training personnel for loss of Starlink communication. Why Starlink is more than just internet. For Ukraine, Starlink is not just a convenience. It is a matter of survival, combat effectiveness, and sovereignty. Lack of reliable communication can cost lives and strategic positions. The future of Starlink and military technologies. Development of more secure terminals. Increasing the number of satellites. Cooperation with military organizations to improve stability. Integration with AI for automatic data routing and communication optimization. Thus, Starlink has already changed the game for Ukrainian forces and will become the foundation for future military communications worldwide. Despite challenges, this technology opens new horizons in security, connectivity, and coordination under complex wartime conditions. If you want, I can also help split this into parts for a script, highlight key points, provide timing, or add additional materials.